on how you do like your, oh no, shoot, I did the wrong window. I need your advice on how you do like your little cute things down here.
Sure,
You know what I'm talking about? Because I feel like you know things that I don't. And I'm like, what buttons is she pushing to get these?
Yeah, StreamYard stuff, definitely.
Yeah, the StreamYard stuff. I should have been more clear on that.
But hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to our live. I'm glad to have you all here.
Hope everyone is having a good day so far, or night so far, wherever you're at in the world.
I'm pretty excited because there's more light here now as we move towards spring.
Yeah, that's true. Because you're more like natural lighting, pretty much in your videos and in your streams.
Yep.
I have all of the fake lights, like everything, and you just saw a chair topped with laundry there real quick. So over at my house.
We're all real. But yeah, I usually love to use natural lighting as much as I can. Right now I have a ring light on because I know it's going to get dark in here. But I'm excited because we're kind of moving towards spring and warm weather and more light.
I know. I'm excited. Okay, so the only thing about spring and summer is that I want to go outside more, and I feel guilty to stay inside.
Yep, me too.
You kind of typically stay inside. So it's interesting of like the pull to go be with nature and to really enjoy it when it's nice, but then you're like, I'll get more done though and stay inside.
Yeah, I do love that about winter. Like I can just literally stay inside for days on end and I feel fine. Yeah. Like it's cold and crappy out, I'm good. But then when it's an 80-degree day, I totally feel guilty if I just want to stay home all day long. So I feel
that's why whenever it's like bad weather outside, I'm like, yeah. And people are like, why are you so excited?
Right?
And it's like, so bad.
I'm the same way. Jasmine said, I've been putting on coats and writing at the park with headphones in. That sounds amazing. I don't think I've ever done that.
I don't think I have either. I've never been to a park because I'm scared I would just get I'm scared I would just get distracted, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've written outside before. Like when I was going to school and I used to have like breaks between classes, I would write on campus, but never on like a cold day. It was always during the summertime.
Yeah, I think what I've done before is the best I can be writing outside is if I'm at my parents' house and I'm like waiting for them to get home and I'm at the house by myself and I'm writing outside with the dogs running around and they have woods behind their backyard.
Oh, how beautiful.
And I just have blankets and stuff. So I can do that, but once again, I feel like I get distracted.
Yeah.
I think it's the dogs. The dogs are too cute to see like, what they're doing to like focus on the words.
That's how I feel about the cats too. Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, you probably have lots of distractions with all of the meows.
Oh, yes. And Tifa, oh my gosh, he hasn't been super loud in videos lately, but he has been incredibly vocal like these past couple of weeks. I think it's because he likes to go outside and he doesn't like the cold, so he's cooped up right now. But oh my gosh, Tifa's been going crazy lately.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to ask what you're working on, ask what everybody in the stream is working on tonight.
Yeah, I'm working on my outline for Project New Orleans. I'm almost done with it. I'm just kind of like making it to where everything's in tip-top shape before I dive headfirst back into the writing of it all and stuff.
Good, and so you're getting close.
Yes, and so I don't know if you had seen my last vlog. I have been doing lots of researching, and I really feel like researching has slowed me down on finalizing my outline. It's just because there's so much stuff that I've learned recently that I have put towards the storytelling part because of the research I've done to where it's like, well, I feel bad if I was to stop researching if there's more that I could discover. It's hard to explain. I don't know. Plus, I'm not outlining per se for my series just yet, but it's like I have notes for the other books. So even though I'm not outlining the series right now, I have notes that I'm taking note of for the other books right now. So it's hard to kind of go into it and everything. But
I mean, that makes sense. I feel you on the whole research thing though, because I had to do it for Pistol Daisy because like 1880s, I pretty much had no idea what I was working with that time period. And it's so easy to get lost in it. And then to feel like, for me, it was almost, what's the word I'm looking for? Like it totally halted my writing process because I was like, well, what if I'm getting this wrong? What if this detail is wrong? What if they actually don't, wear this or see this?
Yeah.
And it was hard to push through that.
And it sucks because it's like you'll like take advice from writers that have already published works or something. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, and if I need to have things checked, then I give it to this professional in the field who has had so many years of experience. And it's like, well, yeah, you can pull that off.
Yeah.
Newbie writers, they're gonna be like, I don't want to waste my time with this. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there who could, but it's not like every scenario where we could do something like that. So I don't know. I feel like it's better to depend on yourself rather than others on certain occasions like that.
Definitely. The internet has been my best friend during researching.
Yes.
So let's see what everybody else is working on. I have to scroll back. Brooke and I just get chatting. We have some.
Sorry, guys. It's so bad whenever, because I hadn't talked to Natalia in a while, so it's like,
yeah, it's fun. Let's see. Becca's working on a fantasy. I love fantasy. Andrea Roberts is outlining. There's so many people. A lot of outlining, it seems like.
Oh. And Marie is outlining during sprints, then baking for son's first birthday in between sprints.
Oh,
that's
my.
Really that's like multitasking. It's like sprinting while we're sprinting, and then as we're chatty, then you can be doing something else productive.
Yeah, especially because you and I, we get to chatting a lot. We have a tendency of doing that.
It's wonderful, but then I feel guilty because I'm like, you guys, I'm sorry. Enough with the chatter and stuff.
So should we go ahead and dive into our first like little warm-up sprint then?
Yeah, that's fine with me. I can't stand this view because I feel like my hair, I never liked this where it's like split because I feel like.
Do you prefer this one?
I like that better just because I feel like my hair, I'm always touching my hair because I don't like it because it's so like on.
That's why I just put mine back like this and then I can't even mess with it.
Because right now, because I feel like I look so different on here compared to real life.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I'll look in the mirror, I'm like, yes. And then I get on here and it's just like, no.
Yeah, on here, I feel like it looks different. In real life, I'm like, well, that looks good. On here, I'm like.
Yeah, it's like, no, what was I thinking?
I know, it sucks. It got really hot in here. So if you want to ask people how long we should go for, as I'm turning on the fan.
Okay, everybody. So how long do you want this first sprint to be? I'm thinking 10 or 15 minutes. My goal tonight, I didn't tell you guys, my goal is to finish Pistol Daisy. I finished writing the finale this weekend. So now I just have to write the like falling action and the end. So I'm hoping to get a lot of writing done so I can finish it.
Yay, Natalia!
Yeah, I'm so excited. All right, let's see.
Because I remembered watching one of your, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I remembered watching one of your more recent vlogs where you were kind of writing the finale part of everything.
Yep. I was so close, but now I'm just writing the falling action. And it seems like a lot of people are voting for 15, which I'm good with. Is that what you?
Yeah, I like longer sprints. Yeah. I feel like I can fall into them better.
Mm-hmm. Me too. So do we have our timer?
Yes. Why did I neglect getting Bro out today?
No, I've missed that cute little timer.
My little Brooke Cheenie. I can't say that word correctly ever. I said.
What did you call it in your video? Like a child eye or something? I laughed. Oh my god! I laughed so much when you said that.
Okay. And I think tonight at some point I'm gonna replace this one and get another one because she likes to fall off.
Yep. Her time is up.
Hold on 1 second. Okay. So we're doing 15. Okay. Sorry, I had gone to turn my AC down and I forgot to turn the fan on. So let me do that. So 15. Are you guys still getting snow there?
Oh my gosh, yes, a lot. A lot of snow.
We probably get maybe 2 snow days, not days, but like we get a good amount of snow, like maybe 2 days every winter, I feel like.
Oh, really? That's not much.
Yeah, it's not much at all. My ideal winter would be to have like 5 or 7 times of where it snows. That way it's like you feel good about it. You got the snow, but it's not like all the time, like how you guys have to deal with it.
Yeah, definitely. This this winter has been weird because we'll have, like, honestly, we had a 70-degree day. Like, I was outside in the sun, just basking in the sun. Literally the day afterward, massive snowstorm.
Crazy.
I could barely go anywhere. There was like a 40 or 50-degree shift in temperatures between one day to the next. It was insane.
Wow. Jeez. Oh my goodness. It's like, what do I wear? Do I wear short sleeves or wear long
You
sleeves?
never know. You just have to wear it all.
Okay. So, Natalia, everyone, are we ready for this first sprint of the day?
I am ready.
Yay. Okay. So, on your mark, no, I'm just kidding. I was about to say, get set. I mean, I guess we could do it like that. Go.
All right, we're going. All right, we're gonna mute ourselves, guys, so that we can listen to music, but we'll be back in 15 minutes.
Natalia's in the zone over there. I see her laughing. Okay, you guys, how was that round?
Oh, that went quite well, I'd say. Let's see. 291 words for me.
Felt like I was focusing on the same thing, but nothing really resolved. We'll see.
Right. Lots of conversations going on here in the comments. I have to scroll back through them. How did everybody do?
Yeah, people agreed that was fast. So, Natalia, how do you do the 15-minute writing sprint thingy-majig?
Oh, okay. So, like on the right-hand side, when you have StreamYard open, you can click on comments, banners, brand, etc.
Okay.
So you just click on banners, and then you, let's see.
And I can't see it now, so I'll probably have to play with it tomorrow.
Right. And then you literally just say add banner, you type what you want, and you click the box that says scroll across bottom. So it becomes like a ticker is what they call it. Okay. Yeah, it's really easy.
Yeah, I'll play with it tomorrow because I think that's so helpful for anyone who's just popping in. Because I'll try and like say it in the comments, like we're starting at this time, blah blah blah. But then that hides away. The more
it gets kind of lost.
Yeah, so I like that. Oh, it's so funny whenever people make sad faces at like the amount of words they wrote. Like Giselle said 406 and sad face. I think that's a really good amount.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah. Maybe it's not. Maybe I know people like to do like they have a certain amount that they usually always hit, and maybe that's why they feel like that. Right. I would just love to get better and faster with my typing. Not so much the typing, because I feel like I'm a fast typer. It's just the writing.
Yeah. Having the ideas. If only the ideas came into my brain faster.
Does anyone here watch the Self-Publishing Formula podcast at all? Watch or listen to, I guess I should say.
I don't listen to the podcast. I've watched some. Is that Mark Dawson?
Yes.
Yeah, I've tried listening to the podcast, but their
I think we've talked about this.
Their accents are so hard to like pay attention to.
See, it's like I like the accents. Whenever I first found them, at first I couldn't connect with them because their humor is so dry.
Yeah, it really is.
Used to that yet. So I was just kind of like, they're weird. And then I got to know them, and then I was like, okay, that's just how they are. I feel like British people are very like dry kind of humor, which is fine.
Yeah, it's just hard to get used to
at first. I feel like
maybe I need to try it some more because I've only listened to maybe 3 episodes.
Okay,
so maybe I should give it a go.
I feel like I had to get used to it a little bit. Now I've been listening to them a lot more lately. There was this one girl. Woman who they had interviewed a while back. I forgot when they interviewed her, but she used to be a journalist. So before
I think I listened to this one.
Yeah, before I found it so interesting because before she indie published, she was a journalist and she was used to a deadline to where she had to write really, really fast. And now she's able to write 9,000 words a day.
Yes, I listened to that one.
And I'm just like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, and I remember because she's the one that puts out like 2 books a month or something ridiculous like that. Or like one book a month.
Reads a whole lot. She'll be like, yeah, I read like 5 books a week. And I'm like, how are you doing?
I know, right?
It doesn't make sense.
I know. Part of me, I was listening to that. I was like, is she serious? Is she pulling my leg? Like, I don't know if I can believe her. It was crazy. She
tells all this, and then she really has like elves
writing
right? Or something
maybe,
like that.
Maybe.
That's her secret. She whips these elves and writing her fantasy novel.
Little things. Aphrodite says, what podcast is that? It's the Self-Publishing Formula.
Yeah, I really like listening to them. You're not used to their personalities sometimes, because especially at the beginning, they'll kind of have a little bit of banter. And at first, you're just kind of like,
it takes a while to get into it.
Then you get used to how they are, and then you enjoy what they have and stuff. And Angel Girl asked if my hair is getting longer. I feel like it is. I hope it is. I really want my hair to. I want Natalia hair goals and stuff. Your hair is so long.
Thank you. It's taken a long time. It's taken a long time to grow it out.
I feel like especially right here, this bunch has probably taken you a long time. Because didn't you used to, I feel like this is like me being like old school, like I watched all of your videos and was like, I think she had like the buzz thing right there.
Yep,
So
I had that totally buzzed off.
Yeah, because then I remembered in videos you'd see a little bit of hair that was trying to catch up with everything else.
Yeah, I hated that. It took a while to grow out. It would be like here, and all the other hair's long, and it would just be like sticking out a little bit awkwardly. But that's finally grown out too.
Did you like it at the time? Whenever it was kind of buzzed?
Yeah, I liked it at the time, but then it's kind of like cutting bangs. You know, like I used to enjoy bangs, but then growing them out is never fun because you have that awkward in between phase.
That's why I've had bangs forever, is because the weight of letting them grow out is awkward.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I miss what I had because I knew what to do. So I always have bangs now.
Yep, I feel
But no, I really like that podcast though. It's really cool to get different perspectives. Because I mean, I don't know how many people, if you want, let's talk about that. How many people here are wanting to go traditionally published and how many are wanting to go indie published? Because obviously that podcast is more so indie because of the title of it all. But it's really fun to hear different people's stories and to hear how different people have their own successes and what you can do to learn from it, because everyone has a different way about going about indie publishing sometimes.
It's inspiring. I really enjoy listening to that. Like, and I've also I'm like subscribed to his newsletter and stuff now, so that's helpful too.
I mean, I think he like has made $1 million in the sales in a year. I think he did that. I don't remember last year. But I know he's done at least. I mean, he makes so much money.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy to think about.
Right. May have been too bright.
Oh, Natalia, someone remembered. Patrick said, I remember the reason you buzzed your hair, an author convention with Maggie Stiefvater.
Oh, so that's so funny that you remember that. I had my hair buzzed before that, but then for meeting Maggie Stiefvater, I had my sister, you're totally right, Patrick. I had her shave the Raven Boys ley lines into my hair. So I had those when I went and met Maggie. Greg is literally laughing at me right now. I know.
I love that so much. Were you a bundle of nerves when you met her? Because you're normally very, like social, like and stuff.
I definitely was a little bit nervous. I was standing in line and like preparing what I was gonna say. I was like, okay, I know exactly what I'm gonna talk about. Like, I'm so prepared. And she was really easy to talk to, so that's fine.
I can just see you guys totally hanging out because you have the same interests and you have the same vibe. So I'm sure, like, if you guys ever like met again, it'd be like, yeah, let's go have some coffee.
Yeah, it would be fun. I would enjoy that. And I follow her on all of her social media, and I'm pretty excited because she was recently in LA meeting with the woman that's supposed to be directing the TV show.
Of which thing?
Of the Raven Boys.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I've only read the first 2, and I'm like, I stopped for some reason in the 3rd book. I forgot why, but I need to read them again.
The 3rd one is my favorite.
Beautifully done. That's okay. Sometimes Maggie, she'll kind of be a little slow, and then whenever it happens, then you're like, okay, I'm in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it took me a while to get into it.
I love her.
Yeah. And I still Raven Boys. I absolutely love Raven Boys, but I still think, oh my gosh, what's that other book? The horse book.
A Scorpio Raven.
That's still my favorite. Like, there was just something about that book. I'm a horse person, so I read it and I was like, oh, this is like so close to
I, for some reason, couldn't get into it. I tried because once again, she has a slowness to it, but once you get into a certain point, then you're like, okay.
Yep.
I loved the Wolves of Mercy Falls books.
Yes, those were good.
I know a lot of people were like about them, and I loved them.
I do.
So good.
And you could kind of see, like, because I've read so many of her books, I could see how her style was developing, which is a cool thing to talk about both for like self-publishing and traditional publishing, because you can see traditionally published authors and you can watch their, skills further develop even within traditional publishing. Like, you don't have to be perfect to get traditionally published. You can still get out and then develop.
So I didn't read this series. I've been wanting to. It's on my list to try and like get into. Aragon. Didn't he publish that whenever he was young? And then the other books in the series, he had grown a little bit to where he kind of had his writing evolve in the series. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. I feel like I had heard that somewhere.
Yeah, I've heard that too. And I've also heard a whole controversy about him too, because I think his dad was in the publishing industry or something, and people were, all upset. That
I can see where they're like, I can see that.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. That he was able to make the magic happen that way. I can understand the controversy, for sure, but I mean, I'm not going to say if I had parents in that business, I'm not going to say I would never try and swindle my way of trying to.
I would. I'd be like, come on, Dad, get me.
Yeah, I feel like anyone would do the same thing, honestly.
Yeah, I can't blame him at all.
Yes.
Let's see. So should we go ahead and jump into another sprint?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. I am ready.
Yay. So people are excited about the Raven Boys. And then, yay, more people liking Wolves of Mercy.
Yes. Yeah, I really enjoyed those books. I love contemporary during the summer, and I spent an entire summer just binging that series and reading it all.
Yeah, it's such a good series to read with a particular season or something like that. So Jane and Melanie. Okay, so was he 15 when he wrote the first book? And then how old was he whenever he was writing the others? I guess obviously he gets older with every book series, obviously, but I had heard he got a little bit more, I don't know. I forget how it goes. I guess 20 or 17. I don't know. Oh, bye, Aphrodite. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. Want to do 17 minutes? I see people suggesting 17.
We can do that if that's what people want. My preference would be to go a little bit longer to try to get into my story a little bit more.
True. There's 2039 suggested by Jasmine.
Yeah, I'm totally.
I love it when people do a funny type of time.
Cookies.
Emily.
Oh, wait, did she say the cough syrup thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought
that she wants this to happen. It's funny.
So do you want to go for 23 minutes? I see some people asking for 25. Yeah, go right in the middle.
Good. 23 is a good one for people who want long.
Yeah.
And then not too long, even though it's kind of longer, but oh well. I don't know what Inuyasha.
Oh, Inuyasha?
Yeah.
You can tell that Brooke watches a lot of anime and reads a lot of manga.
Really, I feel bad. I would love to get. Okay, correct me. Is Avatar anime? It doesn't look like anime, but it has aspects of it that's anime, right?
Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Well, the TV show, because it's a cartoon. It looks like it's anime, but I don't feel like it has. Vibes.
I'm not positive, but I want to say it was done here in the States.
Right. I knew that it was done.
I think. I'm not sure if that's a traditional Japanese anime or not. You guys can.
I feel okay. I don't know if all anime stuff is done just by Japanese artists and creators and everything, but I do know that the creators of Avatar are white. So I don't know if they had inspiration from anime or what do you call Avatar? Is it anime?
I mean, I would call it that. Elsie disagrees. Elsie says Avatar is an anime. Anime is Japanese. Hannah says, yeah, Nickelodeon did Avatar. But I still feel if you really want to be traditionalist, I guess you could say that anime only comes from Japan. But I just feel it's the style of animation and the feel of it. I love anime. I loved Avatar when I watched that series. It was so much fun.
See, I feel like I missed the bandwagon with that. And I would love to try and get into it because there's so many people out there who are this is a perfect series and everything. People say this is the writing wise, it's a great evolved series. It wasn't only 3 seasons. I think that'd be easy enough to get into.
I want to say it was 4 because they go through all 4 elements.
Oh, okay. So it's air for 1 season, water for. Okay, that's cool.
I believe so. I watched it when I was a senior in high school, so I kind of forget, but it was good. I really liked it.
The Right Now mom says, my husband says it's U.S. anime. So I guess you could call it U.S. anime?
Yeah.
I want to watch that now. Okay. So how long were we wanting to sprint for?
Let's do 23.
Okay.
23 sounds good.
Yeah. I might get more mocha, but I don't feel like going and taking the laptop with me though. Sometimes it's a lot because I have so many things plugged into my computer to where it's a lot to set back up. I think I'll probably do it in the morning, but probably not right now.
Oh, and Patrick, Greg loves Cowboy Bebop. I've never watched it. We have it here on DVD, but I still haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, the only anime I really liked was Kiki's Delivery Service.
Oh, I love Kiki. Oh my gosh, that was so good.
I would love to get into some more. Like I want to watch Spirited Away.
Yep, that's a really popular one. That one's good.
And then I don't know if lots of people remember this one, but Castle in the Sky.
Mm-hmm.
I want to watch that. I remember there was like this one DVD growing up that was a commercial before the actual movie played, and I was like, I want to watch that. That was really cool.
Yeah, that one's not one of my favorites, but I do really like Kiki's Delivery Service, and Spirited Away is good. There's a lot of good ones. A lot of people really love Spirited Away. Howl's Moving Castle. Yes, I love Howl's Moving Castle.
See, I feel like I'm so like behind the times of all of
it is kind of weird going to get into anime because it's such a different style, but once you get used to it, it's a lot of fun.
Right. I will say that I would love it sucks because I love the premise of Death Note, but there's some of the things that they have drawn on there, it's just a little too out there for me.
Yeah, it takes a while, right, to like warm up to it.
Yeah, it was like the first episode, and they showed like, I don't know if you call them demons or like what exactly you call them, but they were like
death gods.
Yeah, and they were like so gross looking to where I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy this or not. It just wasn't my. I love the premise of Death Note, so it sucks because I would like to carry on with it, but watching it, I'm just like, I don't know, man.
Hard. Yeah. Oh my gosh. This one is The Boys of the Private School. That was Ouran High School Host Club. That was like one of the first animes I ever watched was Ouran High School Host Club.
I don't think I've heard of that at all.
Yeah, it's a good one. Ouran High School Host Club, and then I also watched Fruits Basket.
I love how everyone here is anime. I'm so behind. I need to. Okay, so someone said it's my absolute favorite for Death Note, and then someone else said it's meh for me. So it's so funny. But yeah, I've never heard of the Host Club one.
I can send you a list.
Now Natalia's like, I'll send you my recommendation. Okay, so you ready to get going?
I'm ready.
I just realized how messy my apartment looks behind me right now, but oh well. Like everything's just thrown. Oh, real quick, so I don't scare people. Oh yeah, I'm the one who has to get the timer going. That's what we're waiting on. What was it, 23? I kept going, we should get going, and I'm just like not even putting the timer up. Okay. But there was someone who suggested on one of my most recent videos, I had just gotten this Tower of Terror bell that gave me that I had told her that I had wanted to get this whenever I was at Disney last and I didn't get a chance to, and so she got it for me. And so someone had suggested that I ring the bell whenever the timer's up.
Is it a loud, scary bell?
Want to listen?
Oh, I love it.
I'll also have it to where this is going off too. So it's going to be all the bells going off. So we'll see if you guys get scared to death or not.
Sweet. Works for me.
Okie dokie. Well, are you all ready? 3, 2, 1. Yay. Okay. Good luck, everyone. Oh god. Ah, okay. Done with the bell. That was kind of fun doing that.
I like the bell.
I love the bell. Tower of Terror. I love it so much. And it also like looks really good with my desk because I have like snippets of black around here, and it also in this color matches like the tone of my desk. So I'm like, it's perfect. I love it.
Keeping with your aesthetic.
Yes, it is very keeping up with the aesthetics.
So how did everybody do?
I did a lot better that time. I came up with an idea of something that I was like, ooh, this would be good here. I also put my hair halfway up because
that's cute.
Thanks. I had gone to the bathroom, and whenever I was washing my hands, I was like, my hair looks so much better right now than on the screen. And so I was like, that's it. I'm tired of it. So
the screen always lies.
I mean, it felt weird looking. I don't know if it's because of this, like it likes to distort things or something. But as I was looking at my hair, I was like, my hair looks so much better in person. Anyway, I talk about my hair way too much on streaming or channel stuff. But anyway, how did everyone do?
This one was a little bit more rough for me. I'm writing the last chapter, so.
Oh, that is fun.
Yeah, so I feel like there's pressure, but then I also have to remember that my goal for this month is just to finish this draft and then do a read through. Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Oh, look at that. That's nice. And it's a cute little dancing fox smiley guy.
Huh?
That's so cute. Oh, did you see that? I thought that's what you were talking about.
What?
Victoria gave you the super chat. Is that what it's called?
Oh, I missed it. I was looking at the food Greg was bringing me.
I heard you go, thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, I missed it. No, Greg brought me dinner.
No, I forget that Greg is your waiter.
He cooks very good food.
But yeah, Victoria Renee Foster. That was really nice of you.
Thank you. And then also the novel Nana was telling people that they needed to go ahead and like the stream for us. Yes, please do.
Guys,
give us a thumbs up.
It lets us know we're doing something right.
It's funny. I feel like I'm almost always eating on these streams. Ooh.
And yes,
you get chocolate chip cookies. That sounds so
good.
You
have a chocolate chip cookie?
I want
Marie, I'm so jealous. Oh my goodness. I like Taylor Johnston. Earlier, Taylor was like, why is theme so hard? They like made it all separated periods. I swear though, like I wish if I could start writing a book like from scrap right now, I would already come up with my theme and I would already come up with the want and need for my protagonist. Because I can go all over the place with their want and their need. I'm like, well, they want a lot of different things and they also need a lot of different things. Because it's also hard to define the want and need for one book in a series.
Yeah,
it is. In a series, it's like, well, they're going to evolve so much. So this sucks that we're having to be thinking of it for each individual book because I feel like you kind of need to, without also knowing the overall arc for the whole series and stuff. I mean, it was really hard for J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, I don't know how she did it. I think she planned it out for like a year or a couple years before she started writing anything.
Yeah. I think I had recently watched something the other day where she had said something about like how she had rewritten the first chapter like so many times. But then she had rewritten it to where she said that she had spoiled so much of what she revealed step by step throughout the series. But she said all in the first chapter, she revealed like almost all of the Voldemort, like Harry connection stuff or something, to where she's like, yeah, at least I got the knowledge that I wanted to know about before, which I feel like that is something that writers kind of have to learn and go through. And
that's something that I recently learned with Pistol Daisy. The entire reason why I decided that I needed to rewrite it again is because I went into the characters' backstories. I wanted to know, like, why is my villain doing this? Like, what is his history? What, you know, drove him to do these things? What's the history of Daisy's family? And once I figured that all out, it was like, oh my gosh, I missed so much. Like, I feel like the characters revealed themselves to me, and then I had so much work to do to go back through and like weave all of that backstory in, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it totally does.
Yeah. So series are hard. They are very hard.
And it's also like, okay, what do I tell or not tell, but what do I show now and what do I keep for later? Sometimes it's like, should I keep more of a mystery or should I go ahead and dive into this info right now?
Right. The writing hour asked me what I'm eating. So let's do a little food share, shall we? I have broccoli and vegan fishless fillets that are really good and a tomato soup. So Greg made me like—
that sounds really good.
Really good. Definitely brain food.
I for some reason always enjoy when people say things in a cute way. Victoria said, I must away. Like I must go, but I like it. I must away. I don't know why.
Okay, Victoria.
See, like,
you can hang out longer.
See, like Victoria, she wrote 3,000 words. She said tonight, which I don't know if it was all during our stream or if that was at another time, including the stream. Right. I want to write faster. I know you're not supposed to like have speediness be like such a thing.
Like your main focus.
Yeah, I know that's not supposed to be your main focus, but it would just be so nice to sprint faster.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, have you read that 5,000 words an hour book?
I have.
Yeah, I haven't read it, so I was wondering if you had read it and if you got anything out of that.
Yeah, you really have to, like, in order to really put that book to work, you have to work and practice with the things that he suggests. So you have to really, like, be sitting down and doing the things he's suggesting you do. And he has it to where it's like you can start off with, like, a 5-minute sprint and then continue to work your way up longer and stuff. But he says that, like, no distractions, like at all, nothing that could distract you, nothing. He says otherwise your brain doesn't kick into like high gearness and stuff.
That's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. I watched a TED Talk that I found really interesting. It was about focus and how so many of us fragment our focus, and like it had something to do with the neural pathways in our brain, and the more we fragment them.
That's exactly what he said. It has to do with how your brain is working with it all.
Yeah, it's like you make it more and more difficult to actually just sit and focus. So recently what I've been trying to do is I'll put on like a 30-minute meditation music and then just write for those 30 minutes or just edit for those 30 minutes and like really keep myself focused for that amount of time. And I'm trying to like train my brain to be able to focus again.
Yes.
It's so easy to get distracted.
Because it sucks because I love listening to movie soundtracks as I write. But at the same time, if I don't like one of the soundtrack songs that comes up, then I will go find a better one.
Yep.
Rather than like how you said, you do like meditation music or sounds. And I do ambient sounds. I do like that. I need to just have that on and not mess with it, not touch it. Just have that be it.
Yep, that's what I do, because then it can fade into the background and you're not listening so closely that you're like, oh, I don't like this, I have to change it. It just totally fades.
Where it fills the silence to where you feel comfortable, but it's not to where it's distracting you. And yeah, and Deirdre and Anderson said, don't worry, I'm right there with you. The most I've ever written in an hour was 900 to 1,000 words. I feel like that's so good. I love that. I don't know if I can write that fast. I want to write that fast. Oh, the novel name. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's see. I'm
such a loser.
Find that. There we go. All right. Well, I'm ready to dive into another one if you are.
Yes. Real quick, by the way, Natalia, the last couple, I feel like vlogs that you had done, you've shown you writing on like this little thing that you put on your lap. And every time I saw that, I was just like, I do not have something like that at home. And there's so many times of where I think I want to write on the couch. But for some reason, having it to where it's on my lap, it doesn't feel like I'm working mode.
Interesting.
So I've hated that. So what I actually bought today.
Did you get something?
I did. I got this from Office Depot.
Ooh, that's fancy.
Yeah, and then it's like this at the bottom. I need to put this off. But I really like this. And then I can have my mouse with me. Because that was something that I was like, okay, if I get one, I need to have it to where I can, if I wanted to have a mouse with me. Because there's some where I don't know if you have enough room.
Mine doesn't. Mine is way too small for a mouse. And I wish mine was bigger because it would help a lot.
Yeah, because there's even times of where like I want to watch TV and I want to like edit a thumbnail or something like that. And it's like I could easily do that on the couch, but it's easier to have a mouse to do that rather than a normal laptop mouse.
Yeah, laptops. I used to love the whole like laptop touchpad thing, but I finally got myself a little wireless mouse and I love it so much.
Yeah.
It's way more comfortable.
It's just easier to, because it's like you're just kind of limited with the laptop mouse. You're very limited on things you can do, even though it's still great to have. I still will. I'll go back and forth with it.
All right. Well, what do you guys say? Should we do like a 25-minute writing sprint, a 20-minute sprint? What do you guys want to do?
I wouldn't mind a long sprint. I think that'd be nice.
Okay. And I don't know about you, Brooke. My preference would be to go until like 7 o'clock probably, so like 2 hours. So I'd be up for.
I was like, it's past 7, but we're
right. So 8. So I'd be up for like a 30-minute sprint, and then that would give us a bit of time to kind of wrap it all up and chat to everybody before we go.
I love that, and then also everyone who is available, who would want to write early in the morning, or if you are another time zone that's not morning time. Tomorrow, I'm doing writing sprints 5 a.m. Central Standard Time on my channel in case you were wanting to join me. One time she told me that she joined me, but she fell asleep.
Yep, I can see that. That would happen to me too.
Yeah.
4 a.m. for me.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I don't know how, because there's some people who they do get up really, really early and are there with me and they're like going, yeah, it's like 3 a.m. right now. And either they didn't fall asleep or they just woke up, and I'm like, how are you guys doing this?
Hey.
I appreciate it, but how?
Right.
But anyway, just was letting you all know in case you wanted more sprints, because I'm doing that bright and early. Yay. And Mandy Grace said she's coming to the sprint tomorrow. Woohoo, that's awesome. Yay. Okay, so anyway, so did we decide 30?
Let's do 30.
30.
I think that sounds good.
I like it. Oh no, I went over. I have to start.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I forgot to link Brooke below. I apologize, you guys. I'll do that.
Oh, you don't have.
As soon as we're done here.
Were people wondering or something how to?
Yeah, they're like, well, where's the link? I totally forgot to like fill in my description for the live.
I'm horrible. Like whenever I do Authortube WriteIn on my channel, I always forget to put you and Mandy in the description. I need to do that.
Yep.
Next time I'm hosting, I'll do that. Oh,
incredibly rude. I know. I failed her.
I feel bad because I forgot to say, or we forgot to mention why Mandy's not here.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm sure some people had seen, because she had commented about it. She's had lots of car issues lately, and isn't she going on her honeymoon tomorrow?
I don't know. I don't know if I thought she was going somewhere with her mom. I'm not sure.
Maybe it's not her honeymoon, but she's going on vacation. I was thinking it was her honeymoon. She's going on vacation tomorrow. She was supposed to have her car, didn't end up happening, to where something happened with driving. She had to like go over to her parents' house tonight rather than drive there in the morning. So she was like, I'm all over the place tonight. So, oh well, so we miss Mandy and we hope that she has fun on her trip. And oh my gosh, look at Taylor doing a cool,
crow pose.
What do you call that?
Crow pose.
Crow pose. Why is it called a crow pose?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe because it looks like you're on, maybe it's like the feet.
Like crow legs?
Yeah. That's the only thing I can do. That's really cool. You look so balanced and central.
That's a really hard pose. I struggle with that one a lot.
I'd have no strength. I would fall rapidly. But okay, so let's see here. Oh, someone said just type something like view channel. I guess I'll do that. View channel. Sure? Does that work?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if that worked at all.
Oh no, they mean that if you type something, they can click you and click the view channel button.
I thought it said, Brooke, just type something and we can click view. I totally misunderstood that. Oh well. Now
I see. Yeah, so on YouTube, people should be able to visit your channel because you commented, hopefully.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. It seems like that was successful.
Okay. All right. Well, cool.
Teamwork. Good job, everybody.
Yeah, teamwork. I might get mocha, but I'm also like going, well, it's getting later into the night. Maybe I should wait. So I'm at that point where I'm not sure. But oh well. You guys ready? 30-minute sprint, y'all.
Let's do it.
On 3, 2, 1. Yay! Have fun, everyone. Okay, we're done. I'm sorry, the thing already went off. Natalia, it looks like you're excited.
I finished the book.
Awesome!
I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Greg like brought me my I love it. Greg brought me my earbuds so I could listen to my Pistol Daisy soundtrack, and I like was listening to it while I wrote the final words.
Oh, that was so fun!
Hey, do you guys want to be featured on my vlog?
Yeah!
Writing.
We want to see that you like did something so awesome. Oh, are you doing it now?
Yeah.
Natalia's done!
I did it!
Yay!
All my friends are here with me. It's the best. It feels like winning NaNoWriMo, like that time when we both won on a live stream.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny. It was like both you and me within like the same couple hours. We both were like, we did it! So
that was such a fun Nano. But
yeah, I feel like I love Nano. The last Nano was kind of stressful.
Last Nano was tough. Oh my gosh. I was probably one of the it was frustrating because I was doing so well for so long and then everything just kind of crumbled. Like my wrists were feeling terrible.
Oh,
like
yeah. Did you ever solve that?
I just rested them. I rested them and they're fine now.
Good. Because I'd hate that if it was still happening and was still going for you.
Thank you, everybody. I'm so glad you're all here.
Sarah Matthews said, hi, future me. You can do it because she's I guess. That's funny.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing, Natalia. I bet you have such like feeling right now.
It feels so good, especially because like this is the 6th draft. And I know that I keep saying like, oh my gosh, the book's done, but this draft was the biggest rewrite that I've done so far. And it really does feel this time like I figured it out. Like I finally figured the story out. And I just cannot wait to share this book. Oh my gosh.
See, like, I knew that you were rewriting parts of it. So did you kind of do like almost a rehaul type-ish thing?
Yeah. So essentially, you know how I mentioned that I went back and I figured out like, why is the villain doing this? What is the villain's backstory? How is he associated with Daisy and her family? Like, what's the history of Daisy's family? And the further I went back, the more I realized like, oh, I need to change up how this works to make it more logical. Like, you know, why does this happen and how does it come together? And once I figured that out, there needed to be a lot of rewrites, and not just rewrites, but like little things all throughout the novel. Like those little details that you have to go through and catch and be like, oh, I took that out. I have to change this.
Right.
Oh, I changed that one little detail. I have to change this. So it really did require.
Even though it's this small, it's not like it's not like it's this small. It's the significance. It really matters because it's actually a huge significant thing to have in there.
Yep. Yeah. And then I totally ended up rewriting, like the whole ending is different. The whole ending is different. Characters are different. It's just like, it's there.
I want to read it because I beta read for you on the first book. So I'm like super excited to see like what all you changed because I really liked what you had. I was super stoked to like continue on. And so now it's going to be like even more like,
yes. Oh, I can't wait for you to read it. I'm very excited to hear what you think about like the changes and everything that I've done to it.
Now, did you say if you were doing beta readers for this new version?
I don't think I'm going to. And the reason for that is just because, you know, I did my beta readers previously, like when you were my beta. And honestly, this rewrite was still, what am I trying to say? It was still kind of fixing things that betas found. So even though I've done a lot of edits and I'm finally there, I feel like this is the story that the betas were encouraging me to write. Like the problems that some people had, I finally addressed them. So now it's like, okay, it's there, but I don't think it's different enough to need new betas.
Right.
The structure is the same.
It's not like a whole huge story overhaul. It's just kind of like snippets here and there that you just kind of filtered a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, where are you at with Whiskey City?
So,
by the way, I love Pistol Daisy, Whiskey City. I think it's so fun.
Oh, I love it.
One Wolf in Genesis said hype level 10,000.
That's how I felt when I just wrote the end. Whiskey City. I have the second draft written, but now that I have changed Pistol Daisy so much, I'm going to totally re-outline it in April, I think.
For Camp Nano?
Oh. I forgot about Camp Nano. That could be my Camp Nano thing.
Yeah.
I was looking at my little schedule that I wrote out on my board. So in April, I'm going to totally re-outline Whiskey City. And then in May, I'm going to rewrite it based on that outline. And then in June, I'll start developmental edits.
Nice. I'm excited. And it's also cool because now, are you wanting to release the first and second book in this year, or are you waiting until next year? You're wanting to do this year. Okay.
Yeah. And it's interesting. What really helped me decide on what I was going to do, I don't know if you have watched one of Sarah Cannon's new videos about fast release, like the pros and cons.
Yes.
It was so illuminating because I had never heard cons. Like I had just heard all.
I had only heard the pros of it all. And it was so refreshing to hear the cons. Because it's I still would like the idea for me to fast release in the future. But it's really nice to hear the cons to try and keep that in mind of things. And real quick, 5 a.m. Central Standard Time to the people who are asking about my stream in the morning. So sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, so I listened to that video and it was fun because Greg was sitting there with me. We listened to it while we were pet sitting. And, I talked to him a lot about my book business and what I want to do. And we had a big conversation and discussion afterward. And pretty much I came to the conclusion of I can't write a book in 3 months. So if I batch wrote all these books and published them that quickly, then it would take another 4 years or whatever for me to write another book. So it's not sustainable for how quickly I write. So I would rather put out, 1 or 2 books a year rather than, going 4 years with nothing and then suddenly having 6 books to release.
Yeah. That's the point of why I would like to write faster, is because of fast releasing. Because I feel like if it was to where I could eventually, and the same thing with everybody else too, I feel like we all have that dream of writing full time. That's all that we do. We can leave our 9 to 5 type of job and everything. I feel like the way about doing it now for indie publishing is to try and attempt fast releasing, so that way you are in the algorithm of things and to where you are making enough for you to live on its own. I would like it just to get 30 to 50K a year. I would be fine with that,
Me too. Oh my gosh.
Somewhere they make a crap ton of money. So there's some people who make that in a month or even more in a month. It's crazy. I just would want that in a year, and then have that be the only thing that I do. I would just to have it a sustainable living. That'd be nice. Maybe more than 30, because 30 is kind of minimum.
A little bit difficult
for certain areas of the country and stuff like that. It's kind of hard to do, but it would be nice.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it's tough because especially if you're working a full-time job and you want to get out of that, how do you work the full-time job and write faster and do all of that in order to get out of it?
I know that Courtney Project, obviously everyone, if you all don't know Courtney Project, we love Courtney. We had done actually me and you had done a live stream with her.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was a lot of fun. So she had just quit her full-time job. I don't know if you saw that or not. And I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy for her. So she just quit that, but for all this time, 5-ish years or 10 years of doing this, I forgot how long she's been self-publishing, but she had been doing pretty much full-time writing with a full-time job. Yeah. And I know that she pretty much just her secret is just doing the writing and just keeping with it and the routine of it. But I would still like to have more of an explanation of how.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Well, and I also wonder, because she writes with her co-author, so they both work on the book. So I also wonder how much that speeds up the process.
Right.
Of it. If you have somebody that's helping you out with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious about how long it would take her to write books if she was just doing her own Lyra Parrish books again instead of the Kennedy Fox books too.
That makes such a good point, because you would think in your head, because I used to think this, where, well, if you were co-writing a book with someone, that's half the profit, but it's double the speed.
Right.
And speediness is really how you make bank in the whole indie business, especially in the romance genre.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I think what they're doing is really, really cool. Because I mean, there's so many people out there too, where they're big, huge time authors and their name is so big to where they even will hire ghostwriters to help them write these books and get them out there fast. Because like, well, if they have the name, people trust the name of the person who's writing it, even though they have their little writer people. Their
little elves.
The elves make a return, even though they have their little writer elves helping them.
It's here. Courtney, we'd like to know how much faster you think you're able to like write and produce books with like working with Brooke as well, and how it would influence your speed of like publishing if you had to do it all on your own.
Right.
We're
and
very curious.
Brooke is another Brooke. It's not a Brooke.
Congrats, Courtney, on quitting your job.
We were literally just saying we were so happy for you for quitting your job. That is so funny, the timing of that. That's probably really funny, because she probably jumped in right whenever we were talking about her, and she's probably like, "What's going on?" Yes, I like how we have come up with the term for like people who help other people write books, like the little ghostwriters or something like that. Because I think I remembered, I think Kate had said on her Try to Write Like Nora Roberts video, where people were trying to say, well, Nora Roberts has to have ghostwriters because she comes out with like 4 books a year and she's a traditionally published author. And she was like, I think she like had made some type of post or something that was like, nope, this is all me. I don't have anyone helping me and stuff. Because some people just write that freaking fast.
Yeah.
Not even that fast, but that much. Some people just really stick with it and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, Courtney says, so weird. I heard in the romance genre.
Yeah, we were saying how writing fast and putting out fast releases, especially in the romance genre, can really help you put your name out there with the algorithms of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Deirdre said, yep, she was offended. And I think that was in reference to Nora Roberts. I haven't read a Nora Roberts book in forever.
I've read one and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, she's very enjoyable.
Yeah, God, what was it? Oh gosh, it was about a witch. I want to say it was called The Witch. Is it? It was like the first in a trilogy, but I only read the first one. I know, the right mama. I love how we're patiently waiting. Yeah, we're like waiting on Courtney's answer.
I would love that. Oh my goodness, Courtney. That is so cool. Oh my goodness. She says that Brooke and her have written a book in a week before.
I can write a first draft pretty fast.
I would love to have the ability to keep up with that. I just need to train myself. That's why I'm like so excited to get this outline that I'm working on done. Because I'm like, okay, I really want to get into like full focus mode. I already feel like I've cut back on a lot of streaming crap that I don't need to be watching as much. Because it's like, yeah, that's fine to do and everything. But it's like, but this, I'm like really, really wanting to be in full focus mode for, coming out with books and everything.
Yeah. So that's interesting what Courtney says. Like, so even working together, it really does still take like 2 writers who can put out books pretty fast in order to work together at that type of speed, it seems like. Yeah, they both write like 4 to 5 a year. So then together they can put out the 8.
It will be fun, Courtney, to see like what you do with Lyra Parrish, since you had been wanting to work on your backlist with that. It'll be so fun to see like what all you do now that you're full time. How much more do you do? I mean, you already do so much. I feel like so that's awesome.
I like how like supportive we are in this community. Like, oh, we're so excited to see what she comes up with next.
Yeah, I just feel like this is such a great community where we're not competitive. We are very much in support of everyone. I feel like at least the majority of us are.
Yeah. I definitely feel competitive feelings sometimes, but generally I'd say that we're all pretty positive.
Mm-hmm. And Deirdre, yes, the Kennedy Fox books are good. I remembered Courtney Project had told me that the first book that she had written, oh my gosh, what was it called? I read it and I texted Courtney. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm addicted to this. And then at the end, because she had told us at the end, everyone was like, ugh. And then I was like, I'm sure that's how it's going to be for me too, because I was already like so in it. And then whenever I got to the end, I messaged her and I was like, OMG, what did you do to me? So that was a fun cliffhanger thing for a book.
Is it this one that she just mentioned?
This is War, thank you.
Yep.
I just like totally went blank on the stream. I was like, oh my God. No, it was so good. Yes. That's funny.
Editing hell, yep.
Yeah, you're going to be there, Natalia.
I know, right? I don't know. I love it though. Like I love editing. I prefer editing over writing any day. So like bring it on. I'm fine with that.
I've been really happy that I have gotten over my editing as I go, because I feel like I used to always do that. I could never ignore editing while I was writing. And now I feel like I've really gotten over that hump.
Good.
Ignoring that side. Even though sometimes it like calls out to you to try and edit something right then and there, but it just is so much better to just continue on, deal with all that behind you later and stuff.
Yeah, because I remember, especially like when we first started streaming together, that was always the main thing that you were kind of like frustrated about.
Yeah.
Was editing as you went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like after I'm done with my outline, I'm just going to keep going on, continuing on with the writing and just have it to where I will not ever edit until that draft is done.
Yep, I feel you. And I wonder why, like, personally, that's never been something that I've struggled with. So I wonder what about your personality encourages that?
It makes me wonder if it's like how someone started writing. Because if you just started writing where you just wrote and you didn't look at it later or something, you just kind of knew in your head what your story was and didn't have to look at it and edit. I feel like that's what I think, because every time that I would write something, I would write a couple pages and then I'd read what I wrote. And then it's like, oh, this needs to be done or whatever. This needs to be fixed. So maybe that's how I would think, because that's how I always had gotten started, was writing and looking back and editing. And maybe some people just wrote.
Right.
Until everything was completed.
It's like a different process.
Yeah. My lipstick is like coming off. Oh well.
All right. Well, it seems like some people are headed out. I'm going to head out too. I'm going to go play some Animal Crossing and drink some more tea and just totally relax. But everybody, thank you so much for joining us. And remember that Brooke is hosting a live stream tomorrow morning. Yeah. Up at 5 a.m.
What?
She does this like every month.
Mm-hmm. I do once a month.
Oh my God.
I used to do it on Wednesdays and now I switched it to Fridays because
I noticed that. I was super confused at first because in my head it was still Wednesday and I was like looking at your channel and it wasn't there and I didn't know what was going on.
I kind of alerted people like, okay, I'm switching it to Fridays because I think it'd be fun because I do one Friday, or now I'm going to do Fridays. I do one day a month where it's 5 a.m. and then I do another day a month where it's at nighttime. Mm-hmm. And I told people, because there was this one time where I had done a writing vlog where I wrote until 3 a.m. and people were like, you should do that for a live stream. And in my head, I was like, that'd be a cool idea in the future. And now I'm like, well, if I moved it to Fridays, I could go longer and then people would want to maybe if they wanted to, if they wanted to stay and write with me longer into the night, we could, because then the next day's a weekend. If they didn't have work, then they wouldn't have to feel obligated to go sleep right away. So
that's a fun idea.
Yeah. So I might have to, I'll have probably some write-ins where I'll be at my normal time at 7:30 p.m. Or maybe I'd have a writing sprint time of where it's at midnight.
Ooh.
Because I want to do like a witching hour.
Oh, fun. Oh my gosh. I wish I could write at nighttime, but this is like as late as I can go and only for live streams. If
Yeah.
not for live streams, I would not be
I
writing.
sometimes don't like writing at night. It really has to hit me if I'm in the mood. If
Mhm.
I'm in the mood to write late at night, I'm like, okay, let's do this. But sometimes I'm like, I think I could force myself to do a live stream at that time because I forced myself to do a live stream at 5 a.m. So.
Well, and it would be, you'd really open it up to people in other time zones too.
Yeah, because lots of the people who join me for the 5 a.m. ones, they're international.
Right.
So there's a lot of people who can't do these nighttime ones, but they're able to do ones that are super early for me. So that would also help them out if I did it at midnight too.
Yeah, they'd love that.
I like how lots of people are like, ooh.
They're all excited.
Witching hour.
Yep.
That'll be fun. Yes,
So,
well, this is witches for October nighttime writing sprints.
oh, I can't wait for October. I'm already excited for October.
Me too. I'm already like going, when is that going to come around though?
Yep, I'm a fall person, that's for sure.
Oh, for sure. I like the spring and summer, but bring on the fall.
Oh yeah, I'm not a summer person. I could like take summer and throw it out and I'd be good. Like spring, fall, winter, those could just repeat.
Give me like 1 month of summer.
There you go.
That's all I need.
Perfect.
It drags out too long to remember.
Okay, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to check out Brooke's stream tomorrow morning.
If you dare.
Yeah, if you dare. And we don't know when our next Authortube live stream will be. We haven't planned it for March yet, but as soon as we know, we'll be posting it here on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter, everywhere on social media, so you'll know about it. But thanks, guys, and we will catch you in the next one.
Yay! Bye!
Bye!